कंटेंट क्रिएशन का एक मेजर पार्ट होता है कंटेंट रीपर्पसिंग। एज अ कंटेंट क्रिएटर हम लोग काफ़ी सारे कंटेंट को रीपर्पस करते हैं। हम एक ओरिजिनल पीस ऑफ कंटेंट लेते हैं और हम उसको मॉडिफाई करते हैं, रीफॉर्मेट करते हैं इनटू सेवरल अदर पीसेस ऑफ कंटेंट। उससे फ़ायदा क्या होगा? एक तो फ़ायदा ये हो जाएगा कि आपका जो ओरिजिनल कंटेंट है उसको आप डाइवर्सिफाई कर सकते हो बाकी अदर प्लेटफॉर्म्स पे, और उससे आप अपने ओरिजिनल कंटेंट की वैल्यू को मैक्सिमाइज कर सकते हो, राइट? आई एम गोइंग टू एक्सप्लेन दिस प्रैक्टिकली. This is what exactly I was doing 3 days back, and I thought it's gonna be a great content for you guys also. Let's take an example. We have a client called Susie and we are creating a blog post for her. So the original content is how to dress for your body type. First of all, we created an original piece of content, and that is a blog post. In this blog post, we talked about the different body types and all. So the second thing we will do with our blog post is to create a video. We'll ask Susie to shoot a video and the exact script from the blog post will be taken. Then we will use certain graphics. We'll create infographics for each body type. Right? We are talking about different body types, right? So we can create infographics for particular body type. With the same content, we'll go on Twitter and we'll create a content. For example, styling clothes for a peer body shape. Here are 3 key fashion tips. Then we will link back to our blog post. This is very important. Linking is very important, right? I think that you have to notice that even if I'm taking the original piece of content, I am changing my content according to the platform. So this you have to take care of. Next comes question and answer sites, that is Quora. You can create answers. You can help others by answering the questions on Quora related to the dressing for certain body types. Then comes gated content. So this is what I do on WordPress. With the help of plugin, you can create a gated content. So with this very same blog post, I created that blog post into an ebook, flip ebook or whatever you can use it. So I used a plugin to lock that content. Then you will create a newsletter where you can add the blog, the video, the infographics, whatever media formats that you have used, you can put it in the newsletter. And other examples of formatting the same content would be to create a podcast. We can also create a podcast, right? We have a blog post, we have a text. So the content format is text. Now we can convert the text into video with the help of the tools. We will ask Susie to go live and answer the questions, answer the doubts of your audience on the similar topic. We can create question and answers for Instagram. We can create funny comic strips between 2 different body types. I hope that is clear. So with one piece of content, with one blog post, we created a video, graphics, Twitter thread, Quora, gated content, podcast and whatnot. Then second example would be that I created a landing page for Susie where I mentioned the services, what kind of services she provides. So with that landing page content, I created the blog post where I turned each section of the landing page into a dedicated blog post. Like for example, having post on common questions. There was this FAQ section on the landing page. I created an entire blog post on FAQs, on pricing, on founder story, different pages, right? Then social media, video, same entire story. You can do so much with one piece of content. That is my point. You can, do a podcast, then webinar, expand on the benefits and features. You can create a webinar also on this content. You must have seen a lot of ads on Instagram, people giving webinar on a particular topic they have knowledge about. So this is very trending. You can add that FAQs content. You can add those testimonials in emails. You can run the ads, then sales collateral, public relations, Q&As, reviews, podcast ads, polls, quizzes, options and possibilities are endless. I'm not going pin to pin because it's going to make our video really long. So take your time, pause the video and go through this, like how we created so many content pieces with just one piece of content. Next step would be to automate social media posting. These are some example of editorial calendars that you can use. HubSpot provides free templates that you can use. I'll link all these templates in the description. I really go with simple structures. I don't like to make it complex unless like there is a very complex project management going on. So what is that one advantage you get by creating these calendars for repurposing your content? See, one thing is there that if you do not create a calendar, if you don't keep a track of what content you are posting on social media and all other platforms, you are going to annoy your audience. You are going to oversaturate them. So don't do that. So when you have a proper calendar, you will never run out of content. There will always be a pipeline. You'll be able to plan your strategy carefully. Let me show you some tools that you can use as a content creator to make your task easier. The tool that we can use for generating social media posts would be any word social media post generator. Good copywriter is someone who can create a balance with AI and human touch when they create a content. For example, we want to create this content for Twitter. So let's see what comes here. This is what it generated. I know you can do much better than this, but if you're overloaded with the work, so you can take the help of the tools. There's no harm in that. And it also shows that your content would appeal to a certain age group, and the particular topic is more on the feminine or the masculine side. So this is what you will get. So the another tool that we are going to use is video.ai. This is one tool that will be most useful for you when you repurpose your content. You can take one long form content, and if you want to convert those into short pieces of content, you can take the use of this tool. You can do that with the help of this tool. Let's paste the URL of a video. So I'm adding my YouTube video. Which format it's asking, so we'll go for portrait, as you want to create the reels and all. Let's select the caption style. Okay, we'll go with this one. The process is happening. Let's wait for that. So the clips are ready. Let's see. Let's review the clips. On authority website and how literally on the face. God, it's so embarrassing. I know I should take care of the frame. Yeah, someday that should happen. You can choose from different templates if you're not liking this one. So if I want to go for, I think I'll go with this one. Let's see. So I hope now you understand this is how you can turn long form into short form pieces of content. Always play around with the content, do a lot of content variations, create infographics, ebooks, different forms of digital products. You must be thinking this process is quite kinch. It's easy, but it's definitely not simple. I'll tell you why. So if you want to successfully repurpose your content and want your audience to read it, you have to take care of these things. Let's go one by one with these. First of all, you have to choose the evergreen topics that will be useful for a very long time. And you have to add personalization in each content. You have to take care of the audience fit. You have to take care of the platform. You have to see what platform you're creating content for. For example, I do all these things for my client, but when it comes for my own brand, I become very lazy. I know, I directly share my YouTube videos on LinkedIn, but that's not the right approach, I know. Although one thing is there that I share informative content on LinkedIn. I do not bug my audience with stupid reels. So you have to take care of the platforms that you're repurposing your content for. When you repurpose the original content, the originality of each piece of content gets lost. We don't have to do that. So one thing you can do is you can change the headlines and captions on each platform. It should look quite similar. You should not deviate from the main topic. So change the headlines and captions because there should be a pinch of newness in each content, even if we are repurposing. Repurposing content does not mean that you are copy pasting the content. It just means that you have an original idea that is loved by your audience and you're generating content pillars out of that. Do not create duplicate content. Then comes keyword stuffing. I would say you should use related keywords. Do not use similar keywords again and again. Avoid keyword stuffing, okay? You can use semantic keywords instead of that. You can create new images for different platforms. It's also equally important to update the old content. You can also repurpose content for the local audience. In Delhi, if there are certain brands that make clothes for certain body types, you can mention that. What's the point if you're not monitoring the engagement levels, if that particular content pieces are working or not? So it's very important you keep the track of the performance if you're using Google Analytics or whatever tool you're using. Another point that you have to take care of while repurposing the content is to take care of the touch points, not to lose the track of brand consistency. If you change their originality, if you change their visual styles, fonts, colors, the audience will not be able to relate. Make sure that the brand message is consistent on all the platforms. Another point is don't repurpose low quality content. What's the point? If your video is not performing well, why would you want to repurpose that kind of content? So avoid that. One thing that I was telling you is to add links between repurposed content. It's very important. Example, if you are posting an infographic or an image on Instagram, you can link back to the blog post in your Instagram caption. Now that you have learned how to create the repurpose content and you know what mistakes to avoid, it's very important to promote that hard work, to promote that repurpose content. How we do it: when we run ads for our clients, the retargeting ads, we create A/B testing. Example, for 2 weeks, if we are using image as a media, for another week we will use the video. This way your ad will not create a fatigue and your audience will not get bored and pissed with your ads. Now that you have created lots of content pieces, how about creating those content pieces in resources? How about creating a hub page for all those content pieces in one place so that whoever wants to access can access that easily? I've already mentioned that you have to avoid low pieces of content, but when you find that any video is working well, you have to double down on those videos. You have to take that highest performing content pieces and double down on them. Last tip that I would like to share, which is also my personal favorite, is to tag any related brand handles, influencers or partners when sharing repurposed content to expand the reach. For example, if you enjoy using some tool, you can tag that brand on Instagram. So this way you will be able to expand your reach when you do the repurposing of the content. I hope that was clear. If I added something in your knowledge box, please